This conversation with physicist and inventor Federico Faggin explores a groundbreaking integration of science and spirituality, focusing on consciousness, free will, and the fundamental nature of reality. Faggin shares his personal spiritual awakening, how it reshaped his scientific thinking, and proposes a new theory that places consciousness at the core of existence. The dialogue spans topics such as quantum physics, the interplay between body, mind, and spirit, the limitations of reductionist science, the evolution of life and technology, and the transformative power of love as a unifying force. Federico Faggin recounts a profound mystical experience during the Christmas holidays of 1990. Awakening around midnight, he witnessed a scintillating white light emanate from his chest, a radiant energy embodying love, peace, and joy, and realized that his consciousness extended beyond his physical body, permeating the universe. This experience shattered his long-held belief in separateness and sparked a radical shift in self-understanding, from being a separate entity to recognizing himself as part of an indivisible whole. The sensation of peace he felt was unprecedented, and it served as a catalyst for a 2-decade-long journey to reconcile his scientific knowledge with the depth of that inner knowing. Faggin challenges the dominant scientism narrative that reduces consciousness to mere biochemical and electrical signals within the brain. He highlights the inadequacy of equating the brain's physical processes with subjective experience, the qualia of tastes, smells, and emotions. By contrast, his theory embraces consciousness and free will as fundamental ontological realities from which quantum physics naturally emerges. He stresses the need to bridge the gap between rational scientific inquiry and the subjective spiritual experience, arguing that true understanding requires integrating both perspectives. Rejecting the idea that consciousness arises solely from brain activity, Faggin posits consciousness and free will as the foundational fabric of reality. Unlike classical physics, quantum physics deals with probabilities and non-locality, suggesting an interconnected, dynamic, holistic universe that transcends separable parts. Through entanglement and the wave states of quantum fields, the universe exhibits unity. Consciousness, in his view, is not localized but a pervasive field property that creates experience and meaning. He introduces the concept of sati, a state or field possessing consciousness as a property, encompassing body, mind, and spirit inseparably. Faggin emphasizes that meaning precedes symbols. Consciousness imbues reality with significance rather than simply processing information. Qualia, or the felt quality of experiences, are the carriers of meaning, anchoring our subjective world. Love, from this deeper perspective, is not merely an emotion but a fundamental force that fosters resonance and cooperation among conscious entities. Analogous to gravity as an attractive universal force in physics, love aligns the interior realities of beings, promoting unity and collective knowing. The conversation extends these metaphysical insights to biology and medicine. Cells are described not just as biochemical systems, but as quantum classical informational systems deeply interconnected within the organism's field. This view aligns with concepts popularized by voices like Bruce Lipton that highlight cellular sensitivity to environmental and energetic influences. Faggin suggests that a deeper understanding of consciousness and love's role could revolutionize medicine, enhancing the potential for self-healing by shifting focus from purely mechanistic interventions to holistic approaches that engage the body's intrinsic informational and spiritual dimensions. Life, Faggin proposes, is the universe's first act of self-love and self-knowing, a manifestation of the cosmic drive for consciousness to experience itself. Organisms, starting from single cells, are part-whole systems where each cell contains the blueprint of the entire organism, embodying unity and continuity. Language evolves as a social tool for communicating meaning. It is arbitrary in form, but essential for sharing inner experience. The development of symbolic systems reflects the emergent complexity of consciousness expressing itself collectively. As the creator of silicon gate technology and the microprocessor, Faggin reflects on technology's trajectory in relation to human consciousness. While his breakthroughs enabled the explosion of modern computing, he sees current technology as incomplete without an awareness of our spiritual nature. The brain, vastly more complex and interconnected with consciousness than any computer, cannot be equated with machines. Technology can either augment human connectedness or exacerbate disconnection, depending on collective choice. Faggin warns against the use of AI and other advances without a foundational shift in our understanding of self, cooperation, and love. Faggin rejects simulation theory in the popular sense, but acknowledges that reality itself is a kind of self-created virtuality emerging from consciousness. Rather than existing in a simulator constructed by an external agent, we are both actors and creators within a co-creative cosmic game. The physical world is not the ultimate reality, but an expression of deeper quantum fields and informational structures that manifest as space and time. This viewpoint challenges reductionist materialism and calls for a science that incorporates inner experience as equally fundamental. The discussion validates the existence of a collective consciousness, describing reality as nested fields, fields of fields, that interpenetrate and transcend individual boundaries. Regarding death and afterlife, Faggin aligns with accounts from near-death experiences, suggesting that consciousness persists beyond physical demise. These experiences demonstrate continuity and coherence incompatible with purely brain-dependent models of mind, thus supporting the idea of consciousness as a non-local, enduring ontological element. Faggin critiques the dominant paradigms driven by competition, materialism, and reductionism as causes of social dysfunction, racism, war, and environmental destruction. He envisions a future grounded in the recognition of oneness and mutual cooperation, motivated by love as a fundamental force. This shift requires profound interior transformation and collective awakening, transcending ego-based identities narrowly defined by body politics or culture. Only by embracing our integral nature can humanity realign with the deeper realities of consciousness and free will. The new theory frames reality as composed of three intertwined and inseparable aspects: body, material, mind, mental processes and predictions, and spirit, inner experience and free will. These combine like light's color spectrum into a unified white light symbolizing holistic existence. The spirit, carrying meaning and self-knowing, is the locus of consciousness. Understanding and embodying this triune nature is essential for personal tranquility and societal evolution. Faggin underscores personal responsibility as foundational to change. Happiness and well-being depend on attending to one's inner life rather than external achievements alone. Recognizing oneself as more than the body and cultivating inner experience through meditation, self-reflection, and love can initiate healing and broader spiritual awakening. He stresses that experiential knowledge, direct, lived experience, is necessary to transcend limiting beliefs and embrace a new paradigm of being. Faggin's forthcoming work, described as a conversational exploration, aims to deepen understanding of body, mind, and spirit unity and elaborate on the implications of his theory. It will address exceptional phenomena, extrasensory perception, and the concrete applications of these insights for evolving human consciousness and culture. The work also seeks to clarify misconceptions and invite rational inquiry alongside spiritual openness, fostering a dialogue that spans disciplines and worldviews.